It's got a kind of a Coldplay feel to it, doesn't it? Seriously, it sounds like Coldplay a little bit, right? Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You don't know what Coldplay is, bro.
I do know Coldplay.
No, you don't know.
I don't know him enough to know that this is a Coldplay feel or anything.
When my feelings are so... You know what? It sounds like either Coldplay and like a contemporary Christian group meet together. That's what it kind of sounds like, you know? And you can cut
rock.
that. Yeah, you can cut that. You can cut that. Yeah.
I'm very familiar with contemporary rock.
Well, the reason we had to put this kind of suck-ass music on was because we got caught playing music, and basically they said, hey, you play any more of that shit, you got to pay us. So now we went to royalty-free music. So thank you, Dan Williamson. Is that his name? Two first names. What's his name? Dan Phillipson. Yeah, thanks, Dan Phillipson. Appreciate that. Hey, it's BT with Tales from a Gemini podcast, part 2 with Ronn with 2 N's Davis, because he wanted to get into me and my heart about what's how come I don't have a relationship and how can't I have a relationship and do I want to grow old with someone? And I was like, are you serious when you do this shit? But first of all, how are you, buddy?
I'm good.
How was your weekend?
The weekend was great.
What did you do? What did you do?
Okay. Before I tell you what we did, what I do.
No, what did you do this
Hold
weekend?
on, I'm gonna tell you that.
Well, don't get an attitude, man.
I'm not getting that, but I'm just saying. I don't know if I gave a shit really now. A week has gone by. I don't give a shit.
You don't give a shit now that I'm lonely?
No, it was in the moment.
It was in the moment. Now you're like,
right then. A week has gone by. I don't give a fuck.
You'd be a shitty politician.
Hey, man.
You know what? I really gave a fuck about you poor people first. But
hey,
now,
man.
You made your own.
I'm in the moment, man. If the shit don't happen right then, fuck it. You didn't want to entertain it. We went to lunch afterwards. I tried to talk to you about it.
No, I did talk to you about it.
Yeah, but
yes, I did. Yeah. Yes, we did. No, but we went to lunch, and you know me. I was hangry, and so when I'm hangry, and you know me, right? You know me.
And then we got shitty service.
And this is what pissed me off. Okay, we went there and we had the social distancing, but in Indianapolis where we live, downtown, it was outdoor seating, so we could sit outdoors and eat. And this is what pisses me off, man. And we talked about this, right? Is that like, especially when you're black, you just feel that like, okay, these guys, you feel that they're going, oh, they're black, they're not going to tip. So you have that in the back of your head because you're thinking that's what they're thinking. So you overthink it. So the guy and the waiter sucked ass, but the food was good. So he goes, hey guys, what do you want? And luckily you went, here, look, we know what we want. We know what we want. Because it took us all day to get even order, to get even waited on. So we told him what we wanted. And somebody else bought the food. He didn't come out and give us another water. You gave me your extra water. I had water. And when the food came, I didn't have any utensils. Luckily, I'm a pig, so I ate with my hands. It was a hamburger, so I ate with my hands, and I think I ate the salad. No, then they bought.
No, I brought it. I made him bring the shit.
Yeah, but so we ate, and then our waiter comes by like, "Hey guys, how's the food?" And I was like, "Man, fuck you." I wanted to say, "Man, fuck you."
And I brought that up to you at the restaurant. Like, it's kind of sucks that that's a stereotype that black people. I don't know if it's a stereotype. It might be true. I don't know. I tip, so but I know it's a bit of a stereotype that servers automatically think black people aren't going to tip. Well, my problem is if you're going to wait on me as if I'm not going to tip, and that's the type of service you're going to give me, I'm not going to tip.
Yeah.
So you perpetuated that stereotype. You made that stereotype happen. But what the problem is they don't realize that they created that. Had she waited on me like a normal
no, it wasn't a she. It was a he.
No, I'm just saying in general.
Okay.
In general, I'm not talking about that. But in general, if the person just waits on me like a normal person, without the preconceived notion
that they're not going to tip,
then they would get a good tip from me. But I am the type of person that I tip according to my service. You start at 20% and you work your way down from there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, if it take you a long time to get to me in the first place to even greet me, hey, I'm knocking a little off. Takes you a little while to bring me an extra water, or the fact that you don't even notice that my water is empty.
Yes, and the fact that the dude who was behind us got his food before us, because I'm looking right at it.
Yeah, but that could, a lot of factors there.
I don't think it was a lot of factors. I think he was just like us. I don't think he said, "Hey, I already called ahead."
Yeah, but see, you're doing exactly what they do. You're making a preconceived notion. You don't really know.
Man, why don't you go fuck yourself?
I'm just saying. I feel you, man. I feel you, but I get in a lot of arguments with people because.
Well, let's talk about it right now.
Well, we are. That's what we're talking about. Well, if you shut the fuck up, I can continue to talk.
Okay, hey, that's Ron's last time on the Tales from Gemini. Thank you for tuning in, folks. And
listen,
and
man.
We're out.
People always say certain things are racist. Man, that was racist. I always like to play devil's advocate.
Me too.
There's cut and dry racism. Okay,
like what? Like what? Because sometimes
I mean, if somebody you're riding down the street and they go, "Hey, fuck you, niggers," that's fucking cut and dry racism. There's no. There's no. I mean, that's racism. Okay, but a lot of times people get pulled over. Hey, fucking, I only got pulled over because I was black. But did you? But if you were speeding, or if you turned with no signal,
or you're doing this like it, to the cop, I mean, if you look,
I always ask my buddies, say, "Man, fuck you," I go, "Well, what happened?" And when they start talking, I go, "Yeah, but you didn't fucking put it." Yeah, but if I was white and didn't put my signal on,
stop it. Yeah, exactly.
Now, I'm not saying it's not racism. I'm not saying the cop is not racist. What I'm saying is there's a possibility that he's not.
Yes, I know. I mean,
I try to open people up to the idea of the possibility.
I'm with you. That's why I think that's why we've always been friends. Yeah, I feel the same way sometimes. But in that instance at the restaurant, we're getting off topic. At the restaurant, that dude did get his food before us, and I was pissed off, right? Mm-hmm. And no, I was. And then the fact that waiter came and he was all, "Hey guys, save room for dessert." I mean, just give me the check. You notice I didn't look at him, and I kind of like, just give me the check.
I don't know if you even picked up on this when he brought our drinks. Okay,
yeah,
he brought our drinks, set them down. There was no straws. As he was walking away, I go and I looked on his pouch. He had straws. I said, "Hey, can we get some straws?" And he turned and said, "I'll be right back," and never brought us straws. Yeah. We had to get the straws from the hostess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
it just pissed me. It pissed me. And then, hey guys, say run dessert like you're all. But you know what? You could have said fuck you because we already had our food and ate. So it's not like he could have went and pissed on it or touched it with his hands. Like I'll show these guys. You know what I mean? So
you're gonna get some of this COVID.
Yeah, I coughed all over your food. Take that, black guys. You know what I mean? So I was pissy at that, and the fact that the other guy got his food before us. I was pissy at that, and then nothing can ruin a day or just a mood for the first hour or two than a bad restaurant experience. I think a bad movie, yeah, kinda, but you take a chance on that. I mean, a bad movie didn't serve me.
Okay, but here's something you ought to consider. And next time you're at a restaurant, if the whole fact that somebody came in after you got their food before you, here's something to consider. Because I worked in a restaurant.
Right, I know you did. Yeah,
12 years.
Yes, right. You were a cook.
Right. So
shitty cook. No,
I was a great cook.
No, you were a good cook. No, you really were.
What?
You really were a good cook.
Okay, look, you don't know what he was eating. You didn't look over there to see what he was eating.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
It was a hamburger and fries.
You don't know.
Yeah, I looked right at what he was eating, Ron, because I was mad. Okay. I go, how'd he get his food? And it was the same shit we were eating. So it wasn't like...
Well, it would have helped if you wouldn't call it
shit pop. And it wasn't like it was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich where they could have made the shit like, hey, we got the greatest peanut butter and jelly. And you can make that shit like that. So he was eating the
what
same
did you
shit.
Get? I don't remember. What did you order?
I had the Impossible Burger, plant-based burger, because you know me, a vegetarian. Right. Plant-based burger and everything. It kind of made me mad, but it's not their fault. It's just how they are. But they don't add shit. Like everything was extra. Like if you wanted fries, they were extra. So I had a salad. So I had a salad and an Impossible Burger, which is but ironically, I don't like lettuce my burger. I like a salad. I don't like lettuce on my burger.
That's so BT.
Yeah, it is. But anyway, so gluten-free bun and Impossible Burger, and that's what I got. And I don't care what he had. He had this shit before us, man.
It matters though, BT. For one, you don't know how they prepare their Impossible Burgers. You don't know the process.
Yeah, they do. They prepare for white people before they do black people.
Let me ask you, it's different.
I've lost half my white listeners. I knew it.
Half. That's all your listeners are probably white. You see, who are we fooling? I'm probably your only black listener.
And I'm gonna lose you after this.
Yeah, right after this. after I watch my 2 episodes, it's how dreadful.
I ain't watching that sellout ass.
Hey, so let me ask a question. Do you have an issue with if they were to cook your plant-based burger on the same grill as a beef burger?
The same. No, I don't. No, I'm not that hardcore. Like I'm not that hardcore. Like I'm not that hardcore. The same grill. No, I like to hope they separate, but we don't know what's going on back there though.
That's what I'm saying.
So we don't know what's going. But no, but I'm not that hardcore. Like let's just say I ordered something and it had cheese on it, and I said no cheese. I think I could take it back. I didn't order any cheese.
Now you know what you should do in that situation.
What?
Pay attention to this.
I'm listening, man. I'm looking right at you.
Say, okay. First of all, I got to ask you if it came with cheese, are you okay with them just taking the cheese off?
No.
Okay. So if you're not, don't let them take that away. Say, hey, I need another burger. Because
I got you. Yeah,
because they're gonna go back and take that cheese off
and scrape it. And
they're going to trust me.
Like ice on a windshield
take it from
in
the
the
guy
wintertime.
That used to be the fucking cook.
Yeah,
they're gonna take that shit.
I know with their hands.
So what you do is, I do this with water a lot of times,
right.
And I didn't do it that day, and I was mad at myself not because I thought about it. Like
I thought you were thinking about it.
If you have something in your glass or whatever, obviously you don't want them to just go back and pick it out and throw it out and bring you that shit back.
Yeah.
So I usually say, hey, can I get a different water? I got water, and they try to take it. No, just leave this one for now.
Yeah, you're basically saying I don't trust you.
I don't trust you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
say it to him. I don't trust you.
Yeah, I want to know that you're bringing me a different one.
Yeah, because I want to know.
Because a lot of times when they bring me water with lemon, even though I said no lemon, I don't want them to just go back and reach in there and take a fucking lemon out.
You know they're going to do that.
So I just say, hey, leave that one
and
bring me another one. Yeah, so anyway, here's little tricks, man.
Okay, man, just okay. But that dude got his burger from me, and I'm pissed off about it.
Yeah, well,
and I'm going to file a complaint with the NAACP. No, just joking. Just joking.
Get over that shit,
No. You know what, though, honestly? Okay, but that leads into, like, this week. I mean, we were going to talk about relationships and stuff, and then, like, all this stuff man, like I had no idea the protests were in. I mean,
that blows my mind.
We're like this. Well, here's it. And
that's
for people who don't know. Like Ron hit me up and was like, basically, did you say basically?
I said, hey, is the podcast still on?
Yeah, and
I said, did the studios get fucked?
Yeah,
up?
yeah, and I said, and Wyatt hit me up Saturday. He goes, hey man, blah blah blah. It's kind of crazy. Could you just come down? He goes, people behind to the side of us on both sides, their windows got broken out. Could you come down and just stand in front of the in front of the studio, just kind of to deter people?
I would have told Wyatt, fuck no.
No, man. Because I mean, it's weird, man.
That ain't my shit.
No, I can I feel Wyatt's text. I really do. So I could tell he's really, like it was affecting me. And it's affecting me too. Don't get me wrong. I don't just like do this and go, okay, thanks, bye. I mean, like I felt it. Like me and Wyatt, like I read this together. So I was like, okay. And then he was like, man, and he had a text. I think it went out to everybody. It says, we really gotta, show some love for our city. And it's, I mean, he was, like to me, that's what I like about young people in a way, because their caring is really, really, really. Where us, I mean, don't get me wrong, I did care and I do care, but it's almost like Rodney King 2.0. Like I've seen riots before in a way, because they didn't kill Rodney, but at the same time, that's what happened. Mm-hmm. It's like Rodney King 2.0, especially when they were found not guilty and that shit. And so it's like I kind of seen this shit coming back again, and it's like, okay, is it really gonna change this time? And I feel that I like that energy and power. And it's like, oh, I kind of seen this movie before. It's almost like a remake, you know what I mean? But the thing that's a little different this time is that there's more white people who are kind of standing up to the cause.
Exactly.
And so it's like,
that's why it's gonna be. But is there? Because it to me it boils down to the police and the individual police and that shit that went on in Louisville. We know they killed the black men in Louisville unarmed. Yes.
And none of them had their body cam on. None of them. Yes. That's unbelievable that none of them, all the body cams, like, oh, it's not working. Really? Oh, well.
That's got to change. A couple of things, man. I got a bunch of thoughts about that.
Well, it's what we're here for.
I think the fact that it is a police thing, but there are actually police that are condemning what he did.
No, I mean, I like that. I think it's great.
So that's why I think this particular thing is going to make a change. Now, whether it changes systemically is the question. That's what I question.
Yeah.
Is it going to change? Are they going to change policies and the way they police and the way they hire and the way they train? All that's got to change.
They need to be trained. They need to, and
they got to be held accountable. They need to stop letting local prosecutors prosecute police cases, because the prosecutors and police normally work together on cases.
They all know each other.
Yeah, they need each other. They need to get individual prosecutors that aren't, city prosecutors. Well, just independent prosecutors, period, to prosecute. And I've always said this, man. If they made settlement payments be paid through police funds, police retirement funds, where the police are the police force itself are actually paying out all those millions of dollars, guarantee you shit would change. Because they say, okay, they paid out to a family wrongful death suit, they get millions of dollars.
Okay.
That comes from the taxpayers, so the taxpayers are paying that. I would say the police face, okay, well, that's part of your budget. That's coming out of your budget. So you're not going to be able to get new guns, new cars, new whatever when you're using that budget. We're going to take it out of that. Police chiefs would then make shit happen, man.
They're still gonna find a way around it to be.
You can't find
dirty.
a way around it. You can't. I'm not saying you can't end. No, there's no magic bullet to end anything. But you can change, because if the police chief says, "Hey, fuck that. We need new cars, but we don't have the fucking funding," or there's no overtime, we got to start laying guys off because we don't have the funding. That shit trickles down.
But then, crime will rise, and then they go, hey, crime's rise. They go, yeah, you know what's why? Because you didn't give us money for this, blah, blah, blah. And they're going to, I mean, it's like redistricting. Ding.
Wow.
And okay.
It was like an episode of Sesame Street just then.
Okay, boys and girls.
Dick Justine.
You know how to speak.
Dick Justine.
What did you just say? What did you
heard me.
No, what did you just
You
say?
heard me, motherfucker.
You didn't get it
You
right.
heard me, motherfucker.
Okay, but it's like that in politics when they realize, okay, all the black votes are coming here. Okay, we got to redistrict this so they can't vote.
It's called
this.
gerrymandering.
So yeah. So I mean, that's what's going to happen with the police. They're going to say, hey man, all this crime's rising because we can't afford cars. Because I mean, they're going to find a way around it. I mean, look at the NYPD, not just NYPD, but NYPD and LAPD. I mean, they're still. I mean, did you see them beat the shit out of those people and run them over in the car? Yeah. They ran them over.
And we still haven't heard anything from that.
I mean, I understand sometimes, like, you catch a video in a minute, like, when they were beating those, like, we don't know what those people did before. Maybe they threw something at the cops. Okay, now, I can kind of get that. If I got to see everything from the beginning. But when you run people over like they did, they ran them like they were bugs on a windshield, like, and those people flying out of the way. Tell me that's right. I mean, I don't know what happened before that, but that's just wrong.
Hey, I don't know if you know. Did you see the video of the guy was driving a fuel tanker?
Yes,
on the interstate.
It was just like what's his name, Reginald Denny.
Yeah, and
that's what I thought.
You know, he got released with no charges. No charges were filed against him.
Well,
he said he panicked. He said
yeah.
I panicked.
Honestly, I can see that though.
And no charges right now have been filed.
Can't you though? But can't you see? I mean,
yeah. Oh, there's another video of a FedEx truck driver. Have you seen that video?
No.
FedEx truck driver. He does the detour and gets stopped by the protests and everything. Oh. So they start jumping on his truck, banging on his window, blah, 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 blah. And they actually get into the truck and start stealing packages. So he finally gets fucking scared and says, fucking hits it, floors it. A guy is stuck under the truck and getting dragged. Oh. You see the video. You see him get dragged. He gets dragged for miles before he gets pulled over. And obviously he died.
But you know what though, man?
And no charges. But in that situation, I don't know.
In that situation, no, because you know,
I'm saying I'm kind of okay with him not being charged.
Yeah.
Because his life was really possibly on the line.
Yeah, hell yeah, it was on the line.
And
hell yeah, I mean, I always hate to say this, but in situations like that, man, I mean, it's hard to say that. It's easy to say that here, but when you're in that and you come up on it, and he's like, okay, what do I do? And then they start fucking with the truck, and then they're coming on board. You don't know, man.
I agree.
If they got a weapon or something, and it's your life on line. You got a family. You don't have to have. People always say you got a family. You don't have to have a family. You value your life. Fuck it, man. Hey, they started that shit.
I agree.
They started, and I'm gonna end this shit.
In that situation, I 100% agree. I 100% agree.
And the thing, and here's what where it gets kind of dicey is that like. There's some other shit going on too. Because what about the bricks that are being like they just magically show up, like a pallet full of bricks show up? Have you seen that? I mean, I don't know if it's staged or whatever, but like bricks just show up like, hey riders, like the David Copperfield thing, like and bricks.
I kind of feel like you're talking about a video.
That video, but I was also like, no,
that video's bullshit.
No, which one? Which one?
Well, I'm talking about. There was a video. It was a couple. Sounds like a couple. They're filming from look like upstairs, and they filming down on some cops that's got a truckload of bricks.
No.
Okay.
I'm talking about that. There's one where these guys these bricks just showed up, and then there's one where this black lady's walking, and these supposed guys are, hey, you want some bricks to whatever, and they're like, no, I don't want any bricks. I mean, they're like,
okay.
So, and also I think honestly, there's like some white supremacists. And think about this because we're still in COVID, by the way.
Yeah.
So people have masks on. So you mask yourself with a mask. They don't know who's who, and it may act like, hey man, we're with you guys. And it might be some white supremacists who kind of align themselves with it and be like, hey.
Well, there's an actual video of a guy. He's all dressed in black. He's masked up, and he's for whatever reason he's walking around with an umbrella and he's busting windows out. This was like early on in the process.
Yes.
And he's busting windows out, and there's a guy trying to stop him and shit, right?
Yeah.
And he takes off. He goes around. He's not running, but he walks around, and they're following him, right? So the guy turns around. If you fucking follow me, this is the funniest shit. The brother that was following me was carrying a pizza, right? And the guy turns around and goes, "You don't quit following me, I'll fuck you up." And the guy goes, "Oh, you want to go? Hold on." He's smoking a blunt. He goes, "Hey, somebody hold my blunt. Hold on. Hey, where you going? You want to go?" And they keep following. But here's the thing about it. They post this video. The guy's ex-wife sees the video and says, "That's my husband or ex-husband. That's my mask. He's wearing my gloves. He's a cop.
Yeah.
He's an undercover fucking cop."
Was that the one in Minneapolis?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Undercover cop. No, so they're... And I posted that, and I said, man, I hope the mainstream media picks it. And they did.
Yeah.
So there's an actual investigation going on.
As well it should be.
So I hope
That's
that comes
dirty.
out, man.
Yeah, I hope so, too.
Hey, man, I just posted a video today. You ought to check it out. Someplace in Idaho. I forget the name of the city. They are loaded to bear. They walking through the street saying there's a rumor that there were supposed to be people coming down from Spokane, Washington. And it's like, y'all better think twice. It's like an hour-long video of him just walking through the streets.
Yeah, I saw that. And everybody's got rifles and assault rifles. But if you've been out in the Pacific Northwest.
It's an open carry state, though.
If you've been out in the Pacific Northwest, I mean, the West, anything past Denver, hey, man, that's a whole different country out there.
Man.
I mean, it's great. I mean, it's wide
over
open.
And over.
But
y'all better think twice before coming through here.
Yeah, I mean, that's the wild, wild West, bro. Anything west of Denver, trust me when I say, because I've been out there. I've traveled out there. I mean, Idaho and shit like that. That's basically the Northwest Mississippi.
You know, the funny thing, I watched the whole video. The funniest shit, I saw one brother. It was one black dude, and he had an AR-15, and he's pounding people up, you know what I mean? Everybody was like, oh, that's just Carl, you know. He's
That's just Carl.
He's one of the good ones, you know what I mean? I'm just like,
that's just Carl.
It was one brother, man.
That's just Carl. He's a good old
Carl.
boy. I mean, he stays here, man.
He's a good nigger.
Yeah.
You know, that type of thing.
Speaking of which, I don't know if it's a different version of the subject, but it's like my ex-girlfriend used to go out with a cop, right? She was a ex-fiance, right? It's the one you never met. The one I was in love.
Did you say ex-fiance?
My ex-girlfriend, but her ex-fiance was a cop, and this is the one, man, that you never met her, but that's the one, dude, that had me down. I mean, I love this bitch, right? So she calls me yesterday.
Maybe it helped if you wouldn't call her a bitch.
You know what? Anyway, so I loved her, right? So anyway, broke up, blah, blah, blah. Called me yesterday.
What was her name?
I don't know if I should mention it. Anybody know where she's from. Heidi. Her name's Heidi, right? You never met her.
Okay, but I'm trying to think of that.
No, you never met her. But she called you one time because she couldn't find out where I was because she was crazy. This is how crazy she was. And she said this, and I quote, when I first met her, we first hooked up or whatever. She goes, why would you want to, her words exactly, why would you want to fall in love with me? I destroy men's lives. That was her. No, that was exactly what she did. I go, what? And I was like 40, 41. So I was still, don't get me wrong, I was still looking good, man. I mean, honestly, I was putting up like 3 plates at the gym. I was still getting my thuggy thizzle in before these hips went out. So I was still, I mean, I was like, who the fuck you talking? I was hitting the road. I was still smashing the road. I was like, really? Because I ain't nobody's second team. You know, I ain't nobody's, I was the second string Tom Brady. I'm Tom Brady.
And then she fucked your life up.
And then, man, about 3 months later, I go, why are you doing this to me?
20 minutes later.
I was like, why are you doing this to me? I mean, honestly, that's the one, when I said, you know what, I got nothing else to do, I literally would drive 10 hours to go see her, right? So she called me yesterday. I go, she goes, a lot has happened. I go, what's going on? I was like, in a way, I was like, I don't care anymore. But so what's happened? So her and her husband don't kind of get along, whatever. So I guess he pushed her, did all this stuff. You know, they got drunk and he called her like a whore and a nigger lover and all this shit, which I thought was kind of funny, right? And so,
and the first person she talked to call was you.
She called me. She goes, yeah. So anyway, so she takes his gun and she puts it to his head and she goes, how does it feel now, right? And so then he calls his mama and she goes, you need to call the police. The police came and arrested her. She was in jail for like 2 days and her bond was like $100,000.
He was not currently a cop at the time?
No, he's not. This one's not a cop. Her husband's not a cop. Her ex-fiance was a cop. Okay. So and I'm talking to her, I go, are you, and that's when I like started paying attention. I go, are you fucking serious? She put a gun to his head and goes, and then, but her rationale was, I don't know why he called the cops. He knew it wasn't loaded. I mean, and so like, I don't know why I had to go to jail. I go, did you cry? She goes, I mean, I was just a little sad. And so she had to go to bed. Her bond was like $100,000. And she had to go to jail for 2 days. She might not see her kids. She lost her job. But in the back of my mind, I was like, that's when you kind of like want to high five Jesus. Like, hey, thanks, Jesus. I appreciate that. And at first I was like, I was heartbroken. But 6 years later, I'm like, you know what, Jesus? I should appreciate that.
That gun could have been put to your head.
But like she said, it was unloaded. I don't know why he called the cop, but he called his mama. This dude's like 6'5", 250.
Mama,
and mama, she put a gun to my head because she goes, how does it feel now? I guess he pushed her around or whatever. He never doted her because she'd be out, but he kind of like would push her down steps and shit and like verbal abuse as she said. But then she put a gun to his head, and I was like, holy shit! And that's like I said, that's when I went, you know what? Thanks, Jesus.
But why was she calling you?
She just calls me from time to time. I mean, honestly, she calls me from time to every now and then. But she's married, so we'll be talking, and she goes, "I gotta go by." She hangs up the phone
right when you get into juice. So what are you wearing? I gotta go. Yeah. God damn it!
Hey, trust me, I've done that before.
You're like, hey, what are you wearing?
Yeah.
I gotta go. God damn it!
I've done that before.
You sitting there with your shit in your hand.
because I've done that before. Because we were taking that trip down memory. You take that trip down memory lane, and you get them. Remember that one time we did this? Yeah, and all of a sudden they go, yeah, and you go, hey, what you pull them titties out? So one time I was like,
you talking to her on the phone and say, pull your titties out?
Yeah, because she calls me on Messenger because she can't call me on a regular phone because her husband.
But is it video messenger?
Yeah, sometimes video.
Okay.
So, but last night it wasn't just regular Messenger. So you can call them up. So, but every now and then it'd be video messenger, and like she'll be on business trips, like, hey, pull them titties out. So I don't think she did it before. She goes, no, because I was like, come on, and then, but then it'll be like, I gotta go by.
She finally realized how to get you. Like, okay, he knows I'm married, so if I don't feel like doing shit, I'm just gonna be like, oh my god, I gotta go.
No, I'm watching.
Wait a minute, you're on a business trip. You're in a hotel by yourself. The maid's coming. I gotta go.
At 9:00 at night, what maid works at 9
I said I got to go.
Which I think is kind of
motherfucker. I just don't want to do it.
Yeah, man. So that's when I dodged a bullet on, I guess. So after that, man, I've never really been the same after her. I'm not gonna lie. Never really been the same after that. I mean, that was my last. I mean, for me, serious relationship where I was like, oh,
I remember. I don't remember her name.
I know you don't remember, but no. Here's what I remember. I told you we broke up, and you laughed in my face. And it was wrong, T. Because we went over Mark's. You know, Mark's. He was fixing my bike or whatever. Your bike.
Yeah.
That piece of shit. Anyway, he was like, we were coming back from there, and I go, man, what's wrong? Man, I broke you up. And I go, really, motherfucker?
Did you just call my old bike a piece of shit?
No, Mark a piece of shit.
Oh, I thought you were talking about bike.
Yeah,
Mark
dude.
was a piece of shit.
Yeah, I never liked that guy. I saw him at the Indy 500.
I never did like that piece of shit.
I saw him at this kind of comes back to cops.
Hey man, could you quit pointing your finger in my face?
Well, I feel like it because it's my show. I do what the fuck I want. It's my show, okay? Hey, show me them titties.
Yeah, that was funny.
So I'm at the Indy 500, the one that Juan Pablo Montoya won, right? And so I'm on the infield, and this is I know I get know because it was like they were having they had a band playing like during the race at one point. So when the race started getting serious, I was like, turn that goddamn noise down. I did it because they had a band playing infield and just in that little corner, and the race was getting serious. I go, would you turn that goddamn noise down? Luckily the band quit playing, but it was it was hot. So the police had a awning. It's like, oh, you guys sit with you guys? And they go, yeah, come on. To me, I mean, don't get me wrong, man. There's bad cops, but Indy cops have always been solid with me. I mean, just from my experience, always been solid. They go, yeah, come on, man. So they're sitting down. I'm just sitting. I go, man, I got out of heat. And I go, don't worry about it. I'm sitting with these, and I've seen this. That's why I'm saying this. This guy, there's a line for the beer thing or whatever, and the awning is kind of close to there. This white kid goes, fuck you, cop, you fat motherfucker. Fuck you, cop. And he starts, and the cop was like, he just starts waving at him. And I literally was like, you're not going to shoot this kid? I mean, I go, you're not going to beat this kid up? I mean, I was so mad. He goes, like the cop didn't say anything to him. The kid just looked over and goes, fuck you, cop. Fuck you, you fat motherfucker. I go, are you fucking serious, bro? I mean, that's what it's infuriating.
Did the thought go through your head if I was a black guy, he would have done?
Of course. You can't help but think that. I mean, I hate to think that, but that's what goes through your mind. I mean, at least me, I go, man, there's somebody black man. The cop would come out and beat his ass.
Hey, man, I had to actually delete some shit the other day. I posted a video without any context. Now, usually people will post stuff, and before I share it, I usually do a little research, try to find out, because I hate posting misinformation.
Right.
And I also hate when people post in misinformation. And I know people probably get shitty at me because when I do the research and I find out, I usually tell them.
You call them out.
I call them out. Say,
which is good, though. You fact check.
True. So this one I did. There was a video of two cops wrestling with a guy on the ground, and then the cop, while they're wrestling with him on the ground, the cop pulls out his gun and shoots the guy on the ground. Shoots him in the stomach, shoots him and I later find out he shoots him in the stomach and in the hip. I later found that out. But when I'm watching the video, again, no context, there was no caption under it. I didn't even know when it was from or where it's from. So I was like, my post said, man, I don't know where this is, but if this happened recently within the last couple days, I can't see the riot stopping anytime soon.
Right.
Someone we personally know, and I'm not going to say her name because we got into it, or you can go to my thing and see it.
I'm not.
But we got into it, and she kind of came in and she says, looks to me like a guy that stabbed somebody and did something else, da-da-da.
I saw that. I can't remember who it was. I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that.
It was a fucking bitch is who it was. So
helps when we call them bitches.
So she said that no, she's a fucking bitch. Actually, I called her a different name the other day.
Oh, I got to go back and see this.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Okay.
So and apparently she read some of the comments in the post.
Okay.
In the original post, and people were saying he stabbed somebody and shot somebody. Okay.
Okay.
So I said, okay, I gotta get my detective hat on. Let me do the research.
Okay.
So I did some Google searching.
Right.
I finds an article.
I finds
this article. I said that.
You said you finds an.
I said it like what I meant. So I finds this article. It's a bit Ebonic shit. I know it's not grammatically correct.
You do Ebonics, but you're not like that.
Well,
you're one of the good ones.
Considering you're one of the only black fucking guys. Anyway, so I finds this article, right?
Okay.
And what had happened was the guy supposedly broke into the car. This car he's standing by.
Okay.
Broke the back window. Cops come up and say, "Hey, what are you doing, Baba?" He says, "This is my car." They go, "Well, you got the keys?" He pulls out some keys. They check. The keys are not the car. So they're trying to arrest him for that.
Okay.
So that's what it's all about.
Okay.
Now, supposedly during the struggle,
he reached for the gun.
no, he pulls out a gun. He pulls his own gun,
okay.
and he's got a gun pointed at them. Now you can't see that from the video.
Okay.
Granted, you can't.
Yes, because I remember seeing that video.
And I do. I went back and I watched the video a bunch of times. They said in the video that he says, "I've got a gun, die, motherfucker." Now, I don't hear I watched it a bunch of times. I never hear him say, "I got a gun." I do hear him say, "Die, die, die." You know, he says that a couple times. So, okay. So I retracted I went back, updated my fucking.
Well, you retracted?
Yeah, I retracted what I said.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was wrong.
Wow.
I was 100% wrong.
You never apologize.
I do apologize.
No, you
You say people say that about me.
No.
The problem is I don't do it that often because I'm not wrong that often. So y'all don't remember the time. It's true, man.
It's like talking to Jesus. Am I ever wrong?
No, I am wrong. I have the same conversation with Andrew all the time. I fucking usually, if I'm arguing something, I know I'm fucking right. That's why I'm arguing. When I don't
I feel the same way too, though.
When I don't know I'm right, I don't fucking. I go, maybe.
I don't hear you go, maybe. You don't
because it's
wobble.
not that often. It's not that often that I'm fucking wrong or don't.
It's
know.
not that often, really.
It's
That's the cockiest I've heard in my life.
But it's true.
It's like me going, man, I never throw bad dick.
You used to say that. Motherfucker. You used to say that shit. You just older now. No, you actually do.
I just don't smash anymore.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah.
But man.
Okay.
So anyway, I went back and put in big bold letters, update, and actually said, this is what I found out, blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Okay.
Well, the girl kept going back and forth as if I said something about race. I never brought up race.
Right.
My problem is I don't hate white cops. Okay, I hate bad cops.
Thank you. It's a power thing.
Cops.
It's more of a power thing.
Fuck white, black, whatever. If you abuse your fucking power,
if you abuse your power, I don't care who you are.
Right?
Yeah, I don't care who the fuck you are.
So she kept bringing up the race thing, and I kept saying, "This isn't fucking about race." I never brought up race, and then she brought up, "Why are you trying to hold white people accountable for the actions of all the way?" I said, "I never said you're accountable."
Yeah.
She turned it into something that this wasn't.
Oh, I hate that shit.
Oh my God, I was so mad.
You think that's woman shit though, or
man, I don't know, man. But I wish you, man, if you're just bored one night, go back and read because you know this girl, you know her really well.
Does she work for you?
No.
Okay.
But
I know really. I saw that a little bit and I skipped. Like I said, man, I do drive-bys on Facebook.
I know, man.
Now.
But go through and read the shit, man.
I really do. Oh well.
It's a little convoluted at times, but
good word.
You know what I mean? It's like, God damn it, fucking bitch. I thought for sure she had deleted me. So I was like, I know this bitch deleted me, which I wouldn't have gave a fuck. You know what I mean? But I went through and no, she still hadn't deleted me. So I was like,
wow.
Fuck it. But there was one point she goes, and fuck you. And I said my point, I go, and by the way, fuck you back. You know what I mean? I was just like, man.
You know what's funny? I think I come off mostly I guess I come off as nice because if somebody does something, I'll do the emoji of the middle finger flipping you off, and people go, well, I meant that like they think I'm really offended, and I go, man, I mean, I did the emoji of flipping somebody off, and I go, like I'm not really that fucking pissy. I don't really get into it. Like to me, there's some place I don't go on social media. Because I think when you start arguing with somebody, to me, nothing ever gets solved when you argue back. Like I was telling Wyatt, I said the article I wrote one time. I wrote for Sport Bikes Inc. And everybody was like, "Hey, good article." And one guy was like, "It was terrible." So instead of going, I go, listen with Bill. I said, listen, Bill. I go, it may not have been to your standards, but I write with a passion, and sometimes that passion gets convoluted or whatever, whatever. Like, and then so he comes back with, what? The grammatical errors really bother me. I go, I'm doing the best I can, and thank you so much for pointing that out to me. And then like we met that you could tell it diffused the situation.
Yeah.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but sometimes when I like I don't know, especially when what's his name got elected at the beginning. That first 4 or 5 months on Facebook was like going to war. Yeah. I mean, it was like here I go. You had to go. You know what I mean? It was like going to a bad neighborhood. So now it's like I don't believe in arguing to a point. Because it's like no one's ever gonna win. Even if you apologize to somebody, it's like no one ever really wins.
Right.
You know what I mean? So but I get where and I just laugh sometimes. I mean, I do.
Man, sometimes I do too, and I don't like going. First of all, Facebook is entertainment for me. I go on there. I like to look at the funny memes. I love busting people's balls. I love busting people for grammatical errors, even though I make them occasionally. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I make them all the time.
And I love informing people of their misinformation. And people get so pissy about that shit. Like right now, there's a thing where people are calling for the boycott of Pizza Hut, Wendy's, and Taco Bell. Because supposedly...
Yeah, that guy's a Trump...
Trump supporter.
Yeah.
Donated all this money.
Isn't that the Yum Yum company, though?
Yes. Well, it's not. It's Muay. It's Muy.
Okay.
Whatever.
Muay?
Muay.
Like Muay Thai?
I guess. Okay. I don't know how you pronounce it. But anyway, he's just a franchise... He's a franchisee. Okay, so that just means, well, people don't, you said that some people, they go, I don't give a fuck, they don't know what that means. He just owns a couple of Wendy's and some. Now, true, that company owns a bunch of them.
So they're going to boycott Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, Pizza Hut. But the point I was making is, when I initially saw it, I thought, okay, I eat Pizza Hut. You know what? Let me look into this, because if it's true, I'm all for a boycott. Yeah, you know me. Yeah. I boycotted the NFL for 3 fucking years.
Yeah, I still feel okay. Go ahead.
And I'm
gonna come back. I'm with you, but finish that. And I'll come back. We'll come back to that.
So I looked into it and I found out the guy was just a franchisee.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you guys need to find out where his Wendy's, boycott his shit.
Yeah.
Don't boycott the whole corporation.
Yeah.
But when I made the comment to someone that this isn't about Wendy's, or they were like whatever, I could tell from their response they didn't understand what franchisee meant. And
you should have said Google. Get snarky.
Well,
Google franchisee.
Some people I go at them with kid gloves, and other people I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
I love being like
to some degree. I consider it a badge of honor when someone deletes me. I'm like, fuck yeah. There you go. That's the ultimate. I got to your ass.
Yeah, fuck you. Well, fuck. I'll show you. Delete. Yeah. But you get like Don Lemon snarky. Don Lemon on CNN. Yeah. I love how snarky that look he's got. Like honestly, like if I wasn't on, I would slap the shit out of that dude. But he gets that snarky
Don Lemon is not only just snarky, but he's gay snarky.
Well, the gay snarky is the man.
I'm serious.
Because I wanted to bring that up because there's I don't know if you've ever been hit on hard by a gay dude, like hard.
Not hard.
Okay, but when you say, nah, man, I'm not really with that, blah, blah, and if they keep coming on, then you start getting mad, and I go, if you get mad and go, look, motherfucker, I told you, it's going to make you look back at, like, where does it go in the hate crime? Because if they keep oh, what's the matter? You don't want to do? No, I don't. And if you get mad.
Once you say, no fucking fag, then that's a hate crime.
Okay, that's hate crime. But if you just punch him, that's assault. Okay, but what if that dude goes, he hit me because I'm gay? And I go, he hit me. I hit him because he was coming on to me, and I told him no. And then you feel like I told him no, and he didn't understand no means no. That's a weird kind of thing.
All right, let me ask you a question. Okay. If a chick that you were not attracted to was continually hit on you,
I've had some of that shit before.
But did you ever want to hit him?
Yeah.
I mean, did you get to the point where you wanted to go, fuck you, bitch, get the fuck away from me?
Yes. Matter of fact, I was in a bar in Minot.
I am so sick of you pointing your finger at me.
I was in a bar in Minot, South Dakota. And this chick she wouldn't leave me the fuck alone. And I go, look, and so the bouncer, who would normally do me, I go, hey man, she needs to leave me the fuck alone. And she was kind of little, and I was gonna put her in a trash can and put the lid on top of her.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, she was getting on my fucking nerves. I go, hey, would you leave me alone? Because she just kept annoying the fuck out of me.
She was actually hitting on you though? Or was she just being annoying?
It was a little bit of both, and I wanted to go look, and I was gonna put her in that trash can and I go, if I get in trouble, remember I told you that she was fucking with me, and I was so mad I had to leave because I knew because you know me, man. Like it takes a lot to get me mad. Especially back then. But once I hit the red line, and I'm the Guns of Navarone. I'm Superfly TNT.
Look at you.
So I was like, I was getting to that point. I was a race car in the red. So I was like, I'm gonna pick her up and I'm gonna put her in this trash can and put the lid on top of her. And if she gets up and says some shit, and then whatever happens,
roll her down a hill.
Yeah, I go, whatever happened, I go, that's on you, bouncer dude, because I told you she was fucking with me. And I had to leave the club because I think I was the only black dude in there, and he was a bouncer. and I didn't want to fuck him up, and because I knew it wasn't going to end well for one of us. So I left. But back to, okay, so now we're going to go. We were talking about Kaepernick. And I thought, and I said this before I saw the meme, and that wasn't a meme, but I saw it before I posted on my page. I go, because the NFL comes out, we really condone this. And I go, really, NFL? Really? Because when Kaepernick did that years ago, when he got all the, and now people are almost praising him now. And that dude who used to work for the NFL said that statement. He goes, the reason and people make me so mad. He goes, no, he was a shitty quarterback. That's why he could get no work. Really? Yeah. He was a shitty quarterback. He was so shitty that you literally picked quarterbacks who literally were sitting on the couch, weren't working. And that guy from Washington years ago, he was sitting on the couch out of the league for 3 years. I think he was a cousin to Marshawn Lynch, and they picked him up. So he's such a shitty quarterback. I'll get the fuck out of here, right?
Hey, man.
And he said he should have been working. No, I'm talking, man. I feel this now. So he should have been working, and everybody knew what that was about. What Colin Kaepernick was, he was the modern day Carlos from the Olympics. You know, when Juan Carlos and Jimmy when they with the black power fist, and no one knows about this. The white dude from Australia who got second in the Olympics, got the silver medal. He didn't do black fist, but he was with them. He supported him, and Australia did him wrong. Australia kind of shunned him. They go, all you do is apologize, and he never did. So when he died, they went and they were pallbearers at his funeral. I do know that. God, man, that shit touched me. So and that's so it's kind of funny now. Like we had that Blackout Tuesday, where everybody. So I love looking on, because me, I'm a motorsports fan. So I looked on the motorsports, like the journalism, and Lewis Hamilton said some stuff about this. And I looked, and you look through the threads, you can find like the people that it really you support them, really? Like there's any blacks in MotoGP or blacks in WSBK and this and that. And I thought it was funny. Like that's how you know somebody's a real racist, when that shit affects them. Just a little bit of black, you know what I mean? It's like we're supporting, what they basically were supporting was just justice, just human justice, treating somebody equally. Right. And that's something we've been fighting for. So you don't support justice, and that's how I know what kind of person you are. That kind of, I look through the threads, and I go, and I said that on my tweet. I said, hey, man, I just want to send a shout out to all my motorsports friends for, standing up or whatever. And a lot of them were like, hey, BT, they were like, hey, my favorite journalist in the whole world goes, I stand with you, brother. He goes, I stand for justice and inequality. And I thought that shit just hit me hard. And honestly, right now, and I don't think he will, but if a team had a olive branch out to Kaepernick, I mean, honestly, I think it would be
a huge promotional.
If the Patriots did that shit, I'd be a Patriot fan. If the Patriots did that shit,
I've said that a million times, because I've not given up hope. To be honest with you,
I have. It's done.
Not okay. Say what you want. Okay, I don't think it is. Whatever team picks him up, I'm 100% fan of that team.
Yes.
Period. I don't give a fuck how shitty they are.
Yeah.
I'm wearing their jersey every fucking Sunday. Fuck the Colts, if it's the Colts, it'd be great. But so I made a post just this today.
Oh my God.
I posted a picture of Kaepernick, simple picture of Cap, and said he tried to do it peacefully.
Yes.
Now look at y'all. No, I said he did it peacefully, and y'all are basically disregarding. I forget exactly what I said. And now y'all begging for peaceful.
Now y'all kissing man. It's like, there you go, that guy. You know what's going to happen? In 20, 30 years, whatever, they're going to do him like they did Muhammad Ali. Because Muhammad Ali back in the day, it was the same way. And then what, toward the end when he was all, shaky.
You should go through my shit, man. Go through my shit.
I don't have to, because I know this. But it's like Muhammad Ali back in the day. Oh, this guy's, he ain't American, blah, blah, right? And now Muhammad Ali, this guy is the greatest.
Yeah.
And they're going to do Kaepernick almost the same way. But the good thing about Kaepernick, though, it was that Nike took care of him.
Well, did you post that? I think I saw it on your page with the daily cover. Of Cap.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I posted
that
same thing.
And it said now.
I posted that same thing and said they're going to recognize your greatness when you're gone.
Yeah, I mean, but here's what I love about him is that he didn't. I mean, but a gag order after the settlement, he can't say anything now. But even before that, he didn't give any interviews, whatever. But he put his money where his mouth was, and he backed all that shit up. He helped the kids out, and he put his money where.
I always hated that. I wanted him to just. You don't have to come out and address everything, but say something.
But he said it with his actions, though.
Yeah, but here's what all I wanted to know, and I actually eventually found a quote from supposedly his manager or his agent. I just want to know, is he boycotting the NFL?
No, because, I think they say he watched a little bit of
right. He
games.
did say he watched a game because I was feeling like, okay, I'm boycotting for you, but if you're not boycotting, why am I fucking boycotting?
Yeah, but that's why honestly, when I find out that Jerry Jones was behind a lot of this because Jerry Jones is the reason for the league. If you really look up the NFL, he's the reason that the Rams were getting that big ass stadium. He's the reason the Rams fucked St. Louis and moved to L.A. He's all that reason. So that's why now I do memes about the Cowboys.
He's the Trump of NFL.
Basically, seriously. Yeah, because he had that conversation about he and Trump, and that's why
he's the Trump of NFL.
And so, honestly, that's why I clown the Cowboys now, and I don't look at them the same way. That's why I post all those memes about the Cowboys.
You used to be a Cowboy fan.
I mean, I still am to a way, but they don't. It hits like I don't give a shit anymore now. I mean, that's why I clown them. I don't give a shit. But I'm kind of with you. Like about NFL, like I could give less than a shit either way. Like if an NFL game comes on and I got something to do, like I don't know, pick up some lint off my floor, I'll do that instead of watching the game.
Hey man, the only reason I actually started watching, which was I think last year, is because the neighbor across the street. You know what I mean? I know you know this, right?
No,
guy across the street from me plays for the Colts.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, guy across the street from me.
Oh, is that why you started watching? Because I thought I was going to call you a sellout.
No, because we got to be kind of buddies and stuff. We started kicking in. He goes, hey, man, you want to come to a game? And keep in mind, when I first met him.
In your neighborhood?
Yeah, right across the street.
Oh, my God. Did he even start?
Yeah.
He's in your neighborhood and he lives? Oh, because practice facility's right down the street.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, I was going to say, in your shitty-ass neighborhood?
First of all, I don't live in a shitty
I'm just joking,
My neighborhood's better than your neighborhood.
No, it ain't.
Yes,
it ain't.
Yes,
you ain't seen my new neighborhood.
Okay, whatever.
But I'm just joking. Except for y'all got potholes in that neighborhood.
No, they fixed them already.
Are you serious?
Yeah. At some point, you'll have potholes in your neighborhood.
No
fucking street. We live in fucking heaven.
Yeah,
streets
basically.
Are paved with gold.
Yes, I do. Ron.
Anyway, so he came over. He came over and met
nice.
me one day. He goes, "Hey man, what's going on?" Blah blah blah. We got to talking. I didn't know he played for the NFL. I didn't know who the fuck this was. I thought it was a big ass brother. You know what I mean? So we got to talking.
Be all stereotypical. You play for the Colts, man.
Well, no. What I said was because he got to talking about training. I go, "Oh, you play football?" In my head, I was thinking he played college football.
Right.
I go, "You play ball?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Oh, who you play for?" He had on some coat sweats. He goes. He looked at me like, I go, no shit. He goes, man, for real, you didn't. I said, swear to God, bro, I didn't know who you were, man.
Yeah.
I just thought you was a big ass brother. You know what I mean? Because me and D were moving a fish tank one time, big ass fish tank.
Right.
And he was down the street, and D waves him down, and said, hey man, can you come and help me? And he came down and helped us move my fish tank in the house.
Nice.
I didn't know who that brother was.
Nice. That's nice though.
He was just a big ass dude.
I like that.
So anyway, he's got a big truck and everything, you know, which is the common bond that brought us together. Because when I bought the first truck, anyway. So he started, hey man, you want to come to the game? I get you guys some tickets and this and that. So I thought, yeah, you know, it was a good gesture. I didn't want to tell my neighbor, nah, man, fuck. When I first met him, I did tell him, man. I said, man, I probably don't know who you are. I said, how long you been in the league? He said 2-3 years. I said, well, I've been boycotting because of the Kaepernick thing. He said, no, I get it, da-da-da. So when he invited me, you know, he knew, but he goes, hey man, I understand. I go, nah, you know what, I'll come. But that's why I started watching again.
But okay, see,
it's kind of
okay. I wish you would have told me that. Yeah, I wish you would have told me that.
Well, if you fucking asked instead of just
you know what, man?
shit.
Okay, there we go again with that bullshit.
But that's what I told people. I told people all the time, man. I said, hey, man, my neighbor's giving me tickets to go to the game.
Right.
I could say fuck that and stand on principle.
Right.
But I thought, you know what?
Yeah, I man, honestly, I gotta. I don't have to pat myself on the back, but man, I still have that. I never got that out of my head how he got screwed over, and no one could see that. I mean, with all the stuff going on even beforehand, and they let him go, and we all knew what it was for, and they were going, and everybody they would take up, oh, it's not racist. We go, it's the employers, and he sucked as a quarterback, and I looked up his stats, and I go, no, he didn't. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of teams he could have played for. I mean, all I wanted was a legit tryout. Legit. And that bullshit they did that one time. Okay, you're going to practice what? On Tuesday or Wednesday? The day they're off?
The day before.
Yeah,
none of the big execs were
in midweek. While they're getting ready, I go, come on, man. And then everybody, I almost got in a Twitter war with the dude goes, no, man, he did get a second try. I go, the only reason they had a second trial was because if they didn't, they were hoping themselves up for another lawsuit. And that's the only reason they said, well, they could say we gave him another tryout.
Well, plus, I think he was still going to go. I think it came down to the agreement that they wanted him to sign, which would have absolved them for everything. And that's when he said no.
Like I said, Jerry
2 years after 2 years after he was basically blackballed, I did the research and found this article. I forget who. I used to know the guy's name, the sports guy that did the article. 2 years after he was gone, they did a comparison of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
he was still better than 17
Dude, I looked that up.
of the quarterbacks
I looked that up too.
in the league.
I looked that up too. I went to and I got the stats and I go, he didn't suck.
Yeah.
Okay,
better,
he didn't suck.
He was better than 17 of the starting quarterbacks in the fucking league.
But I watched Ray Lewis give an interview, whatever, when they were in the Super Bowl. But he said they won the game but there was a throw he couldn't make, and they knew he couldn't make it, so they knew if they put pressure on him and he wouldn't make that throw. So yeah, I remember that. So
yeah, man, it sucks, man. I mean, I would love to see a team, and especially now that all this is going on. I agree with you, man. It would be just a public. Listen, whatever team picks him up, they're going to lose some fans, but I think I think they're going to lose a few. They're going to lose a few, but I think they would gain a lot more respect too.
People always say, well, you lost a fan and this guy. Like, in a way, I went to the NFL to go, so, bye. I mean, with the NFL,
you know,
bye.
That's what Nike's done. You know, when Nike, after he left and Nike gave him the shoe,
yeah,
and his shit sold out, boom,
yeah,
and everything he does sells out like boom,
yeah.
You know, the Nike is like, hey, fuck you guys, we don't give a shit. Well, whoever we lose,
yeah.
What
has he ever done? I mean, what has he ever done that was bad? I mean, because that's not disrespecting the flag. You know what disrespecting the flag is? When girls have those American flag bikinis on.
Yeah.
That's disrespecting the flag.
Yeah.
And when you fly that, to me, okay, I know I'm going a different way, but to me, okay, they talk about, you know, I fought for this country, this and that, and that's disrespecting the flag, okay? Okay, it hurts your feeling. Why? Because my father served and I served. Really? So wouldn't somebody flying a goddamn Nazi flag in this country?
Right.
Wouldn't that be disrespect?
Yes.
Because your grandfather died for that shit.
Yes.
And so you don't. I never see you get butthurt over that.
Yes.
Ever.
And
matter of fact, and did you know about the Patriots punter who supposedly had like a white supremacist tattoo on, and the Patriots picked him up as a punter, and they kind of played it off like, and he goes, I didn't know what it stood for. His whole family is military. He goes, I thought it was a military thing. I didn't know it stood for this. And he tried to cover it up, and Patriots kind of kept quiet on him, but he's still with the team. I mean, he still drafted him. Yeah, so, I mean, you know what sucks about this? I wish, and you can only have this in a situation like this, is an honest way. And I've been hearing this for so long. It's almost like a girl who's been lied to before, and they do, no, it's gonna be different this time. You can't have an honest discussion on race between somebody different races unless it's just one-on-one, nobody else chiming in.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And I can't say who does it right, but you know I know you're not gonna do it, but I watch a lot of French movies, and France. I mean, people always said France was kind of racist or whatever, and so. And I've been over there. Look, I've been over there, and they're like, but I was at the airport, so it's a little different. But still, at the same time, every French movie I watch, they address that shit like it's one movie, and this is funny. You got to stick with me on this, right? It was a girl. She was gay, but she was Jewish. Her parents didn't know she was gay, and so she was trying to set her up with this dude, right? He was Jewish, right? And so she was going out with him, but now she's gay. She had to hide her girlfriend and everything. Now she's a chef, and she meets this black dude, right, who's from Senegal, because Senegal's always go to France or whatever. Senegalese people do. She falls in love with this black dude. They start seeing each other on the sly. So, long story short, she falls in love with him, breaks up with her girlfriend. She goes where her father is, having this big like party, whatever. And this is the end of the movie. So she goes, Papa, and showed his black dude, and he looked at her and he goes, I liked it better when you were gay. And that was the end of the movie. I was like, holy shit. Wow. And they all three rode off on a motorcycle together. It was a black dude, that girl, and that girl's girlfriend. I guess we'll get a threesome in or whatever. But they rode off on and the end of the movie was him going, I liked it better when he looked at the black dude up and down and go, God damn. That's
some cold-blooded shit.
But at least they're honest about it.
That's cold-blooded.
But what other movie? I mean, just an American thing that's ever that honest about race, though. I mean, in a way, it's kind of cool. In a way, but
hey, I respect a blatant racist more than I do a closeted racist.
Because you know where they stand.
Yeah, I know your stance. You don't like me. I don't like you. Hey, let's just.
It's almost like Hollywood. You know, it's like, boy, you know, that's what you said was racist. Really? Why did it take Denzel that long to get an Academy Award or a black director to get this and that? Really? I mean, so don't insult my intelligence. I know where this is going. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I like getting that out.
You feel better now?
You feel better now, motherfucker.
Yeah. Was this cathartic? Was it a little cathartic for you?
Yeah, man. I mean, because I don't have anybody to talk to about this with, you know? I mean, I don't. I mean, you know, like, no offense to my roommate, but, like, you know, she's a woman. So, you know, women tend to want to talk. And they don't listen.
She's a white gay woman. She probably get it better.
No, but you know why? A woman's a woman. Just because she's gay, that's her. But women's you know she does that. My mama did and everything else, and other straight women do. I had girlfriends. They fucking always vacuum when you're trying to watch something. like at an important moment, like I'm like at a like I'm watching something, and she goes and she starts vacuuming. She'll come in my room, but I go, "The fuck are you doing?" There's always something they do when you at the moment you want to do something that's important, and that's gay, straight, whatever. I fucking hate that shit. That's a woman. That's a woman, and that's gay, straight, whatever. And I think sexuality is just it.
Most of the shit you watch, you could pause. So why don't you just pause it and be like,
no, I mean, I like watching a live sporting event, and the only thing I like watching is motorcycle racing.
I know, but you can still pause it.
Fuck that. I'm watching it, so I'm gonna be adamant about that shit. I mean, you can like.
I mean, if she's vacuuming, what are you not gonna hear?
See, that's not the point. That's not respect.
You want to hear that?
Actually, I do. Yeah, I want to hear. No, that was horrible. That sounded like a car.
Oh, you're not talking about car racing?
That's a motorcycle. That's a Ducati right there.
Okay. Whatever.
Well, I'm just saying.
First of all, that didn't sound like a Ducati.
First of all, it's the principle of the thing.
There you go, touching me again.
Well, see how you liked it when you did to me last week because you were doing this shit.
I
last
didn't.
week.
I never touched you.
You touched me last week.
I never touched you.
Watch part 1, people, and then tell me he didn't touch me. Leave some comments in there, man. You know what? We did it again.
What do we do?
We were going to talk. We said part 2. I want to talk about you and your relationship. And now we're done.
Okay, real quick before we end up, we don't need to talk about your shit.
What? I know.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Hey, bring me back for a part 3.
No, there'll be no part 3. Hey,
Bring me back for a part 3.
hey, it's like Rocky. Ain't gonna be no.
Hey,
rematch.
what if part 1 comes out and it's really high, one of your highest ratings?
It won't be.
What if it is though? What if it is one of your highest?
No, you
ratings?
should be.
And then 2 kills that one. You know, you're gonna have to bring me back for 3. But you know what? By then I'm gonna say, fuck you. I got my own shit.
I ain't gotta do a goddamn.
Hey,
thing.
be on the lookout for my own podcast. I don't know the name of it or when it's gonna happen, but
What? But to be honest, I think we flow so well, and that's why I had no qualms about bringing you on. You know what I mean? Like I knew we flow, and it's like I knew we get into this where we just go with whatever and kind of like because in a way we're similar, but there's a little difference in it that makes just enough. Where we get like it's almost like the getting pulled over by the cop thing because I was black. No, were you speeding? Was your seatbelt off? You know, were you looking suspicious? I mean, honestly, were you looking suspicious? Like, were your head turning around like, okay, that's a cop? You know what I mean? So, I mean, we don't automatically go to the easiest target. Like, man, it was because he was black. Like, no, let's look at the whole thing in general. And that's what I always like about you. You're very rational in your thinking. I like to think I'm that way too. And every now and then, like I said, I make mistakes, but I apologize for my mistakes. I would go, you know what? My bad on that. Sorry I did that. You know, that's why, honestly, when I went out with one girlfriend, when I went out with Sam, and she goes, you're no fun. Because I did it wrong. I go, listen, I was wrong on that. You're right. So here's what we're going to do. I said, I'm going to give you 15, 20 minutes, whatever. You give it to me however you want to. Yell at me, call me a motherfucker, whatever. But I'm going to give you this much time. You get it all out of your system. Because after that, I don't want to hear this shit. I said, you get it all out now. And tell me everything. I don't care what you say. You get in my face. I said, tell me everything I am, how bad I'm a person. But after that, I don't want to hear shit being bought up another week later or later in the day. So get it out now. And she goes, you know what? You're no fun. You know. And
some people just want to argue. They want to fight. Some people just want to fight.
But you know why I don't like to fight? Because I saw my parents fight. I mean, to the point, you know, like the police were called and bricks were thrown.
So I want to come back to that real quick. But there's a video on social media right now where a lady comes into a store and she complains about the product, and the girl goes, "Oh, I'm really sorry. Here you go. Here's your money back." And the lady goes. And the girl goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to fight?" She goes, "Yeah, I kind of want to." She goes, "Okay, give me the money back." And the lady says, she goes, "Oh, what do you want me to do?" So the girl actually gives her a fight. They do that for a few minutes, and she goes, "Was that better?" She goes, "Yeah, thanks a lot. I appreciate it." She goes, "Hey, no problem." It was so funny. It's like, hey, some people just need a fight.
You know what? But you know why?
Some people just need a fight.
Because of the way society is now, where you call people, there's no person, it's all automated. So that's going to build up your angst. Like, I got to get this out to a human being. So you know what I mean? Honestly, that's what that boils down to. It's a human being you want to talk to instead of somebody automated. So that's why sometimes you encounter somebody and you get pissy because you've been talking to an automated system and not a human being, and that just amps up everything. So yeah, you kind of need to get it out.
Or if you do get a human being, you get somebody with such a strong accent, some foreigner with such a strong accent, you can't fucking understand them and everything.
And now, honestly,
hello, man. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, because I was me excited. Go, oh, that's borderline racist. That's borderline racist. Yeah,
it's not racist.
But no, what you said was not racist because people, and to me, those are the fake ass liberals, whatever. But it is very, very frustrating when you have a problem and you get somebody you can't understand them and you want to be nice.
Yeah.
And you're pissy and you go, you know what? And you're thinking, okay.
And you get sick of going. Could you repeat that, please?
Could you please say it? Could you please? And I mean, I felt like shit one time. I did that at a Walmart. I was at It was a Subway at Walmart. It was in Illinois. I remember this shit, man. It was in Champaign, Champaign, Illinois. And all I wanted was a Subway sandwich, right? And the girl, I couldn't understand her, and I was kind of tired. I go, she goes, you want cheese? She go, cheat? I go, what cheat? She goes, cheese. I go, oh, I'm sorry. And I go, I'm really sorry. And I felt so embarrassed. And I said, I'm sorry. And I think she saw that, and it was kind of one of those kind of things like, okay, my bad.
Before we close out, and I know we're close to closing out, I just want to say this. All bullshit aside, and I said this in the first one, I'm going to say it again, bro, because you made a post, and I read it, and I thought the same thing. I think you saw my post. I said, man, your parents really did a number on you.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
You really should look into some sort of therapy, brother. Your mental health, you are not paying attention to your mental health as you do everything else, bro. And I think you need to do that.
No, for just relationships, everything else is good.
No.
Everything else is good.
I don't think it is, BT. I think there's a lot to unpack with you, and I think you got to go all the way back to your childhood.
Well, it all stems from childhood.
But that's what I'm saying. I think you got a lot to unpack, bro. And I think your mental health is. You got some PTSD from being a kid, not just being a black man, which a lot of us have PTSD just from being black. No. But I think you got it from being a kid.
Black, bro.
Yeah, but it been from being a black kid from the violent upbringing that you came from.
It wasn't violent.
Hey, you just said that your
I just watched my parents fight, watching them fight, watching the police come. Here's the fight.
You don't even realize that it's violent.
Here's the fight I remember the most. All right, it was a Sunday. The Dolphins were playing the Jets. So my mom and dad are going at it.
What was the score?
I don't know yet, but I remember my dad chased my mom to the kitchen. Mom pulls out this drawer and threw bricks at my dad. I didn't know we had bricks in that drawer. You know, we were latchkey kids. We come home, right? And I was like, where do those bricks come from? Cops come to it. All I remember is first cop came in, talked to my mom in the living room. Second cop came through, and he sees my dad. He goes, hey, who's playing? My dad said, the Jets and the Dolphins. He goes, who's winning? He goes, I think Dolphins. He goes, I think they have a good team this year. And they just talk like that for a while. I go, my mama tried to kill my daddy. And I remember that. And that's
and just 2 seconds later, you just said it wasn't that violent. The fact that you don't realize that that's violent as hell and that's not fucking normal, bro.
Well, what did your parents fight? Did they fight like that?
I've never seen my parents fight.
Okay.
Never ever.
Well,
never,
so it's only affected me relationship wise.
It's
only relationship wise. I'm good other than that.
You're not though.
Yes, I am.
You're not.
Look, I'm touching you. I'm touching my feelings.
And that's why you're not good, because you don't understand boundaries.
I do understand.
I've asked you a number of times.
Well, you touched me last week, and I told you about boundaries. Okay, so I'm gonna me too. I'm a hashtag Ron with two D's.
You better log off for Wyatt.
Okay, Wyatt's giving me a wrap up sign. We gotta go. God
10
damn.
minutes ago.
Honestly, fuck, man, we getting.
Hey, man, I appreciate you bringing me back for a part 2, man. I can't thank you enough. The experience was great.
You're gonna be great on if you decide to do this. You're gonna be great, and that's why I brought you on. Because man, you can go solo. You can do whatever, man. Because you have the gift for gab, and you still my boy no matter what. And we can talk like this. So hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody watching Tales from a Gemini. I hope you enjoyed this. Hit the link. Get a laugh and leave a comment. You know me, I don't care if it's positive, negative, whatever. I'll respond back, but it'll be nice and tasteful. And maybe you can help me find my feelings and unpack what's inside here. Man, anyway, thanks guys for Tales for Gemini. I'm BT. It's my buddy Ron with 2 N's Davis saying, bye.